He's Jay, I'm Lizzy, and welcome back to Beauty and the Gamers.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
Nobody likes that. It's weird.
Welcome back.
Someone will comment and say, "Oh, we like that intro."
Yeah.
I'll be wrong.
Anyways, today is our review on
Extreme Rules.
Yes. So we just got done watching. A lot of stuff went down tonight. So we're going to go through it. And what's up first?
First was the pre-show match. I actually didn't watch
I
it.
didn't watch it either, guys. Sorry.
Kalisto won. I don't know how. I don't know why. He won. He beat Apollo Crews.
I didn't really care about this match, though, so sorry.
Well, it happened.
Yeah.
So the first up on main card was The Miz versus Dean Ambrose.
Loved it. Oh my gosh, so good.
It was a really good match.
Loved it.
Really good match.
It's a really long match too, but it was good.
But it told a good story.
And it wasn't like the parts that were laggy weren't laggy in a bad way. It was like building, you know. So like when they took the cover off the turnbuckle, and then Dean had to like catch the Miz from going into it. That was a really good part. Oh, you're watching the finals during that.
I was watching the finals.
Yeah, so a dilemma during this pay-per-view.
The NBA finals.
The NBA finals are on at the same time. Why?
So I was back and forth. I missed a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. So the turnbuckle, that was a thing. Then what was else? Oh, him almost bumping into Maurice. That was a thing. So
and then Maurice, you get to that spot.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the Miz telling Maurice to slap me. And no, no, it's not no DQ match. But that was good too. Yeah. And then when she did, it was like, oh, and then the ref had that decision to make. Am I gonna disqualify you? And he didn't.
He kicked her out.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so we thought, okay, maybe Dean's gonna get over at this moment. Who knows? That didn't happen. Then Maurice was distracting the ref because she refused to leave.
Right.
So then the Miz tossed Dean into the ref, and the ref
another
thought,
moment where
like,
you're thinking, "Am I gonna disqualify
he's
you?
gonna get disqualified.
I'm gonna disqualify you."
Oh my god!
And
it didn't. But then, because of all the distraction, Miz hit the skull-crushing finale and won like kind of clean. What? I like to say things like that.
I know, I get it.
Whatever. Anyways, Miz won. I was happy about it. Because I don't like the way that they talk about Dean. I'm going to make this comparison. I did not tell him this earlier. But even when I was watching the Raw talk with Renee, they keep, like, pulling this... Like how Dusty was like the people's like hardworking, like grinding guy. Like, I'm 275 pounds, a blue-eyed soul. I'm a son of a plumber. Like all of that stuff, right? And so they keep like using verbiage with Dean for that, but yet they call him a lunatic too. So it just frustrates me because I feel like we can do so much more with Dean Ambrose. But pick a lane, any lane except for the lunatic lane because I'm over it and I'm tired of hearing like normally JBL being like, he's such a lunatic. Like, but now it's Booker T, talking about he's such a lunatic. Like, who cares? So, it's kind of frustrating. But do you get that? Do you get that analogy? Like,
no, I get it.
Do you see it?
Yeah,
like, do you see what they're trying to do here? And I'm just like, no, like.
Well, I think Dean's babyface run hasn't been the best recently because after he won the title last summer in the triple threat with the Shield. When he cashed in on Money in the Bank. It was an amazing moment. But since then, I think his run has just not been good. I mean, his first big profile match at that point was against Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. And they put them on at like the, I don't know, third or fourth match in the car. It was just weird. Like, it didn't go over well. And then when AJ took the belt from him, everyone was so happy, even though AJ was technically the heel in that moment.
Yeah.
You know, so it... And then
I don't know.
They put the Intercontinental title back on him, and then as soon as they moved them over to Raw, they moved the Miz over too, and then they said, let's let these guys feud again.
Right.
But we've already seen
it, but I guess like I like to see the Miz. Like he's a great talker, so.
Oh, the Miz is the best heel in the business.
The Miz against most people, like it's really good. And Maurice, she does this like
she's great.
Silent stuff.
She's great.
She does like these facial expressions and these like movements where you're just like, I want to hate you, but because I'm such a heel fan, like I love her, you know. But I'm sure people that like go for baby faces all the time hate her, but it's cool. All right, next match.
Rich Swann, Sasha Banks versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox.
Okay, so we have to say it. The first part about this. There's 3 black people in a match together, guys.
Oh, goodness.
What? It's true. It's true.
I mean, you're right.
When does that ever happen?
You're right.
Never. Okay. So, before we destroy it, like, let's just talk about that we're winning. Come on, we're winning. We're winning. We win something. Okay, but so going about Sasha and why you don't feel like she should be in these kind of situations, I guess. I don't know.
Sasha Banks main evented a pay-per-view in Hell in a Cell against Charlotte. She's in a mixed tag match with 205 guys or 205 live guys,
which no one cares about.
However you want to pronounce
Cares about 205 Live, really.
And Alicia Fox.
And Alicia's been around forever, and
she's fallen down the card. And
yeah.
I'm not sure why that's happened.
I think she's a bad attitude backstage, but then also her moveset is iffy sometimes.
Well, it's dangerous for her own personal well-being.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of like Rich Swann and Sasha Banks. We would have preferred to see
Cedric
Alexander with her. But it just kind of seems like a step down, which is kind of sad. But we still love Sasha. The match wasn't actually that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. Did you think it was bad?
No, it was okay.
I think they had pretty good move sets, and I don't know. It was like if they didn't have it, it would have been okay too.
This is it kind of felt like a pre-show match, but they just didn't have enough matches on the card, so they were
threw it in there.
We'll throw it here.
And people love Sasha, so we'll just put it in there.
It's kind of like a buffer match, because it was like, oh, The Miz just won. Let's give the people to cheer something.
Yeah.
So let's have,
Keep
Rich Swann and Sasha Banks go over.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, next match, because there's nothing more to talk about in that.
This was actually pretty surprising.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss versus Bayley.
And they booed Bayley, guys. What? It's Bayley.
They haven't presented her in the best light.
I think because we've been watching Bayley since NXT days.
NXT, yeah.
And I got attached to Bayley in Breaking Ground, and like, I love Bayley as a person, and so to see her get so severely booed, I was like, what is happening? Like,
but Alexa has done great heel work, though.
She's
been amazing.
No. I will say I love Alexa because we saw her from Pixie Dust and tutus, taking those things off, doing little flips outside the ring to like major heel stardom, which I am just so excited for her. Plus, gotta give it up for the short girls because she's like, what, 5 feet? Like, barely. They say 5 feet. Like, but she's not, like, tall, leggy. Like, she's not all the stuff that Vince likes. So if she's, like, the top #1 on Raw, on the Red Brand, like, come on.
Well,
that's an achievement. That's an achievement.
Yeah. As far as the match quality goes,
yeah,
I'm happy that they booked the match where it wasn't like the end of the match when you get the kendo stick off the pole. Because that was stupid to begin with.
Why did they have a kendo stick at all? Like, because it was Extreme Rules, so they had to have something extreme.
I'm fine with that. They could have
just did, like, chairs.
I'm fine with that, but just why do you have to climb up a pole to get it?
Is that a thing? Has there ever been, like, just a chair match where, like, they hang chairs everywhere?
There's been chair matches, and those have been pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
Because they're just not...
I didn't like the kendo stick thing, so whatever.
I don't mind the kendo stick. I just didn't like the on the pole match. That seems a lot...
Yeah.
Like WCW.
Oh, yeah, like on the pole where they have to, like, scramble up there and then hold him back and then scramble up there.
But it wasn't the end of the match where she got the pole.
No, it wasn't.
The kendo stick. They did a lot of spots with the kendo stick that helped.
Then Bayley, like, hesitated. So they're going off of this whole Bayley thing now where she was like, do I? And then Alexa, of course, heel of, everything, just comes and beats her very severely, and then it's over. So that was cool. But I was really sad for Bayley to get so severely booed because she's such a sweet girl. And
it kind of felt like a squash match.
Yeah, a little bit. It seemed like Bayley didn't get a lot of her moves out.
No, it didn't.
It was like, we're squashing you. You're done. Goodbye.
And they shouldn't, because she's really
Yeah.
good.
But this crowd was, man, they were different. I liked them, but,
Yeah.
you know. All right, next one.
The Raw Tag Team Championship match. Cesaro and Sheamus against the Hardy Boys. And they made it a point, and this played into the finish, of both members of the team have to escape the cage at the same time. Apparently.
Yeah, who knew that it was the same time? I thought it was just like both have to be out. And then there was no pinning.
Well, that's the weird part, is like Jeff already escaped the cage. So I thought if Matt just would have got out, even though Jeff got back in.
Right. We thought
that was weird for me. Maybe they've done it before. I haven't watched everything on the network. I've watched a lot, but I haven't watched everything. So maybe that was a thing at some point, but I don't remember that ever being the case.
But I preferred it because I feel like if you're going to be in a cage,
more drama
there's
to the match.
something that needs to happen besides someone just getting beat up and pinned. Like, I could just watch a regular match. Like, I don't really care about the cage being out there. Even if you're going to jump on it, even if people are going to get smacked into it, I think it's probably one of those things where you're used to seeing people get hit and hurt by inanimate objects, and you're like, okay, great, what else? So this made this like revived and new and fun, and there was a bunch of spots where it looked like someone was gonna crack their head open if they fell, and so that was pretty cool. But Cesaro and Sheamus took it because they reached the bottom of the floor together, and Matt Hardy was dragging Jeff
out of the cage,
out the door, and he didn't get him out in time. So
I thought that was a pretty unique finish, especially with the rules given. Because when we were watching the match, I was just like, okay, as heels, Sheamus and Cesaro should be like, all right, Matt, Jeff, go. We're gonna beat down the other member
and get out.
And we'll both walk out together as a team.
Right.
That's easy money, but they put the spin on it where it felt like you had to come out both at together. The same time.
And then Cesaro and Sheamus chose to go up and over the cage, whereas Matt was dragging Jeff out the door. So you kind of thought, oh crap, the Hardys are going to get out first because they're just going out the door. But nah, these dudes, they just dropped down. Like, they climbed and they dropped down. And so I really enjoyed this match. I felt like there was really some really, like, where they have to catch their breath moments because Matt can't keep up as much anymore. Like, but other than that, it's okay.
What did you used to call Matt? Wait, what did you used to call Matt and Jeff? What was Matt's nickname?
Okay, so Matt was... They're gonna be mad.
It's okay.
It was Fatty Hardy.
And what was Jeff?
Matthew Hardy.
Wow.
Well, because at the time, when did I, what was it, like 2006? Like, Jeff was, like, really rough
I don't remember that.
Actually, on, like, drugs. Yeah, I think, because Dolph was still a cheerleader then, right?
Spirit Squad.
Yeah. So...
fact check us in the comments.
Yeah, fact check us. It's fine. So whatever. Around 2006, between 2006 2009, Jeff was like really on drugs heavy, and he looked kind of crazy whenever he was coming out. Mind you, this is like post Lita drama, all of that, and then Matt was just he was so annoying to me. I mean, he still kind of is. So I'm sorry if you're a Hardy fan. I appreciate their ladder work and their death-defying stunts, which Jeff pulled some out. And then when I watched Jeff's DVD, I did feel kind of bad about what I said because I know that it's like a struggle and addiction and all of that. And he seems like a very, very nice young man.
Much better now.
And he's much better now. But like back then, I just was like, Fatty Hardy and Methy Hardy. Like, because I like the other people better. And I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's okay. It's kind of rude, but it's okay.
I still don't really care for Matt, though. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Well, it's because you didn't watch any of the Broken Matt stuff. But we're not allowed to talk about that. No Broken Matt.
No Broken Matt.
They're still in legal battles.
They don't own it. Because TNA's like, we're not getting shut down. Okay, anyways.
Impact Wrestling.
Back to this. Oh, Impact, whatever.
Oh.
Impact, whatever.
So,
all right.
Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship went on second to last.
I almost fell asleep.
Well, I'm happy that they went on second to last.
I am too. No, I'm sorry. I throw a lot of shade at 205 Live because I wish there was no 205 Live. Not because I don't want to see those kind of men wrestle.
It's been booked terribly.
Yeah, I love cruiserweight, right? But I just don't love that it's its own division. I just wish that it was like
integrated.
It was just in Raw. Like, I don't understand why we lost all of the beautifulness we had going on, and we had to make them.
Well, if they were gonna make it
on their own show.
Well, if they were gonna do that, they should just film it at Full Sail where they film NXT.
Absolutely.
Because that's where they filmed the Cruiserweight Classic.
And then that's
the
just
response
its
would have
own,
been that much better.
Own show.
But that's
this,
another topic.
It's just
for
so whatever. So when I see stuff like this,
maybe we'll do a separate video about that.
Yeah, we probably should. It frustrates me because first of all, Neville, it should be Adrian Neville.
He lost his name when he went to the main roster.
When he got a cape. A pixie cape.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, he ditched the cape now. Yeah. He has this really scruffy
beard that's like patchy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you hate patchy beards.
I do. It's not attractive. Either have a beard or don't. Like, nothing in between. He can never have one. Anyways, Austin Aries.
Don't be telling her.
I love Austin Aries. I've watched him for a very long time. No, so this match wasn't terrible. It was just like, I don't want to get invested because I'm not going to watch the whole feud because I don't watch 205 Live. I just don't. So. Well,
I think technically this is their blow off, like the last match.
The last match, yeah.
I think.
And I was upset because Austin lost, and I wanted him to hit the last chancery because it actually looks like a submission that hurts because this was a submission match. But Neville won with his Rings of Saturn. Whatever that is.
I mean, that's painful.
Yeah, but why is it called the Rings of Saturn?
Because Perry Saturn used to do that, and that's, you don't know who Perry Saturn is. Yeah. Anyway, the problem I had with this match was some of the logic. When the ref was counting him out on the outside of the ring, he was doing like a 10 count. I was
it's a submission match. Who cares?
The only way you can win is by submission, correct?
Right.
So you can do whatever you want at some point.
And they didn't get there.
So being counted out should not be a thing. And
didn't feel so extreme.
I think they should win a little harder in on that.
Yeah, I mean the PG really took over in this pay-per-view, which I kind of feel like if it's pay-per-view, why do we have to go by PG rules?
Well, majority of the people are watching on the network, I think, at this point.
Oh well. You're buying the network.
No, I mean,
you should put a disclaimer up saying,
No, you're absolutely
right. This is a pay-per-view program. This is not TNT.
There are parental controls.
Yeah, there is.
So if you don't want your kids to watch these type of things on TV,
or you can pre-watch it because, like right now, we have the network up in front of us, and it says on now, so they can watch it the second go round. They can watch it tomorrow after they do well at school. I don't know. Like, I just kind of feel like Extreme Rules is a false name because that's not what we got.
I think other pay-per-views that have been named this have been a little more extreme. I think back to
tables, chairs.
Well, no, I think back to a couple years ago when you had Evolution versus the Shield. And the Shield was a face, and Seth jumping off the balcony onto those guys.
Yeah, that was intense.
That was intense.
That
was crazy.
Yeah. All right, so main event of the night. Samoa Joe.
The Fatal 5-Way.
Which was awkward. Why? Who would you kick off if you had to pick a person to kick off to have a real Fatal 4-Way? Because Fatal 5-Way is weird. So it's Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Bray Wyatt.
In terms of match quality, well, I don't know. I think all these guys can go. I
say bye to Roman.
For the fans' perspective, especially in attendance, I would probably take Roman out. I think the fans would have been more engaged to see a Fatal 4 between Samoa Joe, Seth, Finn, and Bray. But
listen,
Reigns has to be somewhere on the card.
Roman came out.
Yeah, they booed him out of the building.
Before his music even went. It was just boo, boo. It was just boos everywhere. This crowd was brutal towards him. But I can't blame them because what did he do for 20 minutes of the match?
Well, he just laid on the
He
floor.
laid down and then he got up and held his hip.
I mean,
And then had a Superman punch, and then had a spear, and I thought he was gonna win, and I was like, oh, they can't do this to us again.
So it felt like there was an extended, like, Finn Balor beatdown session between
Right. Oh, that
Samoa
really
Joe
pissed me
and
off.
Bray Wyatt. I mean, but their offense was entertaining enough that you didn't, like, you weren't bored. But
Right.
it was like an extended beatdown session. And kind of made a little lull in the match a little bit. Because you knew at no point when they're working together that this match can actually end. Because they're working together.
They're working together.
And we're waiting for that moment when they turn on each other.
They didn't really turn. It was like a slight.
Kind
It was
of,
slight.
yeah.
It was slight because Samoa Joe was like, what was that? Because, you know, Bray, what did he push somebody on him?
Well, no,
or
Seth,
he moved out the way? It was
Seth
something
was doing
weird.
the dive.
Oh, yeah. So he moved out the way. He
And
pushed
then
Joe.
he pulled Joe in the way.
Yeah,
or
so he's
Bray
like, what
Wyatt
was
pulled
that?
Joe in
What
the
was
way.
that? But they still were kind of like cool, you know? But Finn didn't get his pop to like beat them back. Roman came in and beat them up. So then it looked like Finn needed Roman to help, and Finn definitely does not need Roman to help. Definitely doesn't. Just make that clear. Finn doesn't need Roman's help. Sorry.
It's okay.
It just, oh, that frustrates me. So then the setup, okay, so we think that Finn's like clearing the announce table.
Yes.
Yes, talk about it. We think that he's gonna like fly from the top.
Well, I thought
And
he was
he's
going
like,
to do
"No."
his double foot stomp.
A coup de grace.
And I was like, that's not safe. Let's
Like,
not do that at all.
coup de grace,
Luckily, they
coup de
didn't go with
grace,
that spot at all.
coup de
They
grace.
decided to have a double spear through the barricade,
Yeah.
which was a nice looking spot.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had Seth come through with the frog splash. And
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool moment.
After everybody else got speared on the side.
Yeah.
By Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was intense. That was pretty bomb. Then, in a weird turn of events, Samoa Joe wins.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, wait, what? Like, what just happened?
I think everyone expected either Finn or Seth to win because
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is not scheduled to lose the title anytime soon, but technically he's a heel because he's just annoying to people.
They could build a story up. Finn could work to get his title back. You know, Seth could
But
go
it's not the right
after
time
it. It's not.
for those stories. So it just feels awkward that Samoa Joe is there.
Because that means that he's going to lose.
Well, they're both heel.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're both heel.
So it's weird.
It's weird.
But I mean, I'm all aboard.
Yeah.
If you want to put the title on Samoa Joe right now, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm cool for it too, but I'm just saying I don't think they're going to do that.
No,
So it's frustrating to me. This, I will say, compared to Backlash,
Backlash was on the SmackDown.
this to
Live
me was
pay-per-view.
much better than Backlash. What do you think?
Um,
Overall.
I know it's kind of hard to put anything above Shinsuke finally debuting.
Oh, that's true. Well,
Even though it was a long, kind of drawn out match.
yeah. I think I'm thinking of overall quality.
But
And
then
so, overall quality to me, this was a
Still,
better package.
it was a better
the-
overall package, but the best match between the two pay-per-views was still Owens Styles. Even
It
though
was.
Styles and Owens had a
Yeah.
whack finish, but that's why
Yeah.
they keep their feud going.
But I'm just saying, outside of that, a lot of these matches were not laggy. I don't know.
well,
I
I like that they put the title on Miz.
Yeah.
I like that Sasha and Rich Swann won. I like that Alexa Bliss kept her title.
Yeah, I did too. Miss Bliss can't be
I
stopped.
think the Sheamus and Cesaro heel tag team is important.
Mm-hmm.
And
It is.
now they have the belt, so I think that's a good move too. So I guess overall
Overall.
the move, the
Yeah.
decisions they made were good.
Yeah. It just, the final match, no.
No, I like Samoa Joe winning. I
Well,
just
I do
don't
too, but-
know what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah, I feel
like Triple H has more stroke, and he'll do something good with Samoa Joe.
Yeah, and like Roman just needs to disappear at this point for me. But that, it's really sad because I know he's a really nice guy.
I used to love Roman.
He didn't ask for all this. I used to love him. They ruined him.
Favorite.
They ruined him in the Shield.
Every time he came on screen, oh, it's Roman. Oh,
it's Roman. Yay! And then now they've ruined him. And then like this big dog, like the whole match. Okay, going backwards, they were like the whole match. The big dog's in the yard. This is his house. Who said? Why? Like, I don't get it.
But the Undertaker knows why it's his yard.
That's a whole other
That's the way it works.
thing. It's so irritating. Like, why was he chosen? I feel like they're just making him mini John Cena, and we all know how I feel about John Cena. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say. Anything else?
No. Let's sign off.
Alright. Well, if you have any conflicting views, go ahead and comment down below, because I know you probably do, especially on my side of things. And if you don't, and you just want to say hey, let us know who you are in the comments as well, or follow us on Twitter. We do live tweets for most wrestling events, as well as big gaming announcements. Alright, we'll see you next time.